Oh, okay. Oh, he indwelled as a teleposaur to avoid getting launched up. Oh wait, that was sick.
Cute!
And get out of the way. Oh, oh, this is awesome. All right, we're doing this again. I only have three things I want to say before we get started. One, I hope the mic doesn't peak again, or at the very least, we don't get too much peaking. Two, I'm looking forward to a fun fight. And three, Aether, I just want you to know, I'm rooting for you. Okay, I know that from a stat sheet standpoint, this is an absolute stomp in your favor. But I'm talking about moral support. Okay, if the entire world is rooting against you, know that I'm still going to be in your corner. All right, I'll be in the back with the pom poms, dressed up, jumping and cheering your name. Okay, let's just get started. Also, I'm apparently Ringmaster is going to be in here during the Traveler's analysis. 100% he's going to be making a joke about Gotcha. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet on that. What the heck was that? Okay. Wait. Okay, wait. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I think I literally just said in the beginning I don't want to be peeking the mic, but I'm pretty sure that all my laughing just there was just completely cut off. What was that? Like I know the Traveler is the kind of guy who is like at times they just don't want to take anyone's shit. They're not afraid to throw down or kill if they need to. But the opening actually just straight up being Aether smashing a ball of hydro energy into Aang's stomach that was sending me. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Here we go.
Aang the Avatar versus Aether the Traveler.
Which journeyman
Yes,
will come
sir.
out on top in this elemental battle?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our
Oh.
job to analyze
That was an electro tornado. Cool.
their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It looks like Aang is going to be able to bend the Traveler's elements here. Alright. I will probably be pausing quite a bit during Aether's analysis, mainly due to the fact that I'm a bit of a lore buff when it comes to Genshin, so I obviously will have a lot of stuff to say regarding hitting not just the Traveler, just in general Genshin information. But I should also preface by saying I'm not an expert, so there's definitely things that I don't know about.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago,
Heart. Who remembers that?
the four nations lived in harmony, united by a master of the elements, the Avatar.
This Avatar reincarnated as different people for centuries, all with their own struggles. And man, was that true for our boy Aang.
Not at first, of course, thanks to his master and guardian, Yatso.
As a cheeky little air nomad, Aang traveled the world causing shenanigans, all while learning to control the winds with air bending.
Based on the real-life martial art Bagua Zhang, airbending is the most spiritual of the four bending styles, focusing on evading and diverting attacks through circular motions. With even the smallest movement, Aang can create tornadoes, run like the wind, and block hypersonic explosions.
The perfect style.
Oh, we're already bringing. We haven't even brought out the background slide, and we already put a speed number on Aang right now. Okay, I see. Name Avatar Aang, biologically 12, 137 centimeters, air nomad of the Southern Air Temple, co-founder of the United Republic of Nations, and master of penguin sledding and koi surfing. Nice.
For a twinkle-toed goofball like Aang. He even invented his own technique, the air scooter. How does he not fall off that thing?
Add in a glider staff for flight, and the sky was the limit. But you know how it goes. Everything changed when the Fire
When the
Nation
Fire
attacked.
Nation
Their
attacked.
conquest spread, war was inevitable, and Aang was the only one who could save the world.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with all that, and being forcibly separated from Gyatso. He was just a kid, so he froze up. Like, literally, he accidentally froze himself and his adorable Sky Bison Appa for 100 years.
Until he was awakened by the Water Tribe siblings Katara and Sokka. Time wasn't kind to Aang's people. With no avatar to keep balance, the Airbenders, Aang's entire culture, were wiped out by the Fire Nation.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. But Aang took the wake-up call to heart.
That's rough, buddy.
As the Avatar, it's Aang's duty to understand
That was smooth.
the world's people, learning their cultures, their sadness, joy, and humanity.
And what better way to do that than learning how they kick ass?
From the Northern Water Tribe and his twin crush, Aang learned waterbending. Themed around fluid Tai Chi movements, this style controls liquid in all forms to freeze targets, create water whips, and even cut through steel.
It's the one, if I'm not mistaken, it's the one he had the easiest time learning because it was the closest in terms of airbending when it comes to the principles of bending, because it's all about fluidity of motion. And in that regard, air and water are considered very similar.
Learning earthbending was way tougher, but
Yeah,
Aang's friend Toph
true.
taught him to stop being a wimpy pushover. Now he can armor himself in stone, move the terrain of entire cities, and fight blind with a sonar-style seismic sense.
That feat they mentioned over here, this one where he carves out like a giant ravine around the city. They used this back during Aang versus Edward Elric. This was the main power feat they used for Aang. It came out to around, I think it was like in the kiloton range, like 14 kilotons or something like that. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Terrain of entire cities, and fight blind with a sonar-style seismic sense.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment to strike head-on.
There was a lot to learn, but even with the world at stake and this moody hothead on his tail, Aang had fun
Moody
doing
hothead.
it. Who could forget the adventures penguin sledding, going through the bending bayous, and living in Ba Sing Se, the city where no wars ever happened.
Yet across his
Nice.
journey, one power eluded Aang. The Avatar state, an enhanced mode of being that came to him in moments of peril.
Sure, if Aang dies in it, the Avatar cycle ends permanently, but who cares when it gives you enough power to wipe out a whole Navy fleet?
I'm thinking there's two ways this battle could end. Either Aang is dying in the Avatar state. He's probably dying either way in the Avatar state. As in, he's either directly killed by Aether in the Avatar state, or he tries energy bending the Traveler and gets absolutely fucked by the stockhold of Abyss and Kuvaki energy stored inside of him. That's not a pretty image.
Come on, Boomstick. The Avatar
Oh.
state is more than just a power amp.
Jocelyn, how long have you been standing there?
Oh, okay. So it's not just Ringmaster who's coming in. We're bringing the whole cast today. All right, let's go.
I've been here the whole time. I lurk where all Avatar talk is. Through the cosmic power of the Avatars before him and the ancient spirit Rava, Aang gains the knowledge and experience of all previous Avatars, greatly expanding his bending options.
Avatar cycle, yeah, dates back approximately 10,000 years. I'm willing to bet they're going to give him the skill category, or at least they kind of collate experience and skill, so they're going to give him that.
Lava bending from Avatar
That's also what the G1 blog gave him. It's the only thing the G1 blog gave him.
Roku, sonic shouts from Avatar Yang Chen, and even more are theoretically available to him through their memories.
Oh, I get it. You can't just grind your way to controlling the Avatar state.
Right. If Aang wanted to stop Fire Lord Ozai, he needed something else.
He needed onion banana juice.
So,
Yeah, technically,
so
I suppose.
What I'm getting at here is that I guess both analysis are going to have like the. Okay, so Jocelyn is here in the Aang's analysis, and Ringmaster's and Aether's analysis. I guess they're the respective nerds coming in. Okay.
Gross.
Specifically, Aang sought the guidance of Guru Pate. Mastering his power meant clearing his chakras, emptying his mind of earthly attachments. Seems simple, but this also meant rejecting his feelings for Katara, the person he loved most.
When he had to
that's
choose
rough, buddy.
between the world or the girl, Aang followed his heart, and it didn't end well.
He got better. Aang was determined to understand the world's people, even the enemy Fire Nation. Something he accomplished thanks to the redeemed Prince Zuko, the Sun Warrior.
I like that thing he said. He said like it didn't get better. He tried to make a choice and he just got screwed over.
And these two honkin' dragons! Aang was scared of firebending, but it's totally awesome! It's not just about burning and blowing shit up. Okay, well it is, but there's so much more to it.
Formed from the explosive movements of Shaolin Kung Fu, firebending controls all manner of heat. And through the teachings of fire and water, he can redirect lightning bending, a burst of atmospheric discharge shot at over 200,000 miles per hour.
Okay, redirect lightning bending. That's a weird way to word it. Just say he achieves lightning bending.
Iroh, the best uncle ever, used his techniques to redirect natural lightning. So, you know it's the real deal. Not crazy enough? At his peak, Aang surpassed benders who could throw buildings, melt stone, and hold up this gigantic library solo. Whooping Ozai's butt should be no problem, right?
Not exactly. You see, the air nomads were pacifists who believed in the value of life above all. Being the last airbender, Aang didn't think his people were truly gone unless he went back on their teachings, meaning he really didn't want to kill Ozai.
So, what, he's just a coward now? Mr. Firelord is about to burn down the entire Earth Kingdom!
Not at all. Are you even listening? Aang was simply at odds with what he wanted and what the world expected, so he needed to make a choice.
Right. In his greatest challenge yet, Aang discovered his true self.
That was painful to watch.
Making his spirit unbendable
Ouch.
and finally mastering the Avatar state.
Making him as strong as avatars who could cause hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
Or in Avatar Kyoshi's case, a new island.
Yep.
As in, she broke off nearly 30 square miles of a peninsula
The
to
Kyoshi
form
feat.
a new landmass. But to defeat Ozai, Aang needed one final element.
Okay. I was wondering if they would bring up energy bending.
Something few avatars had bent before. Energy bending.
Not the easiest thing to do, but Aang totally overwhelmed Ozai, severing the tyrant's connection to fire and stopping his invasion, all while keeping his no-kill run intact. The ultimate F-you to this warlord's ideology.
Now that the Fire Nation had cooled off,
Gosh darn it. Okay. They kind of glossed over a bit of the details regarding energy bending there, and how Aang was basically at risk of almost dying when he was doing it. Let's see, the fate's youngest airbending master wiped out a naval fleet, caught an explosion with airbending, redirected lightning from Ozai, lifted columns weighing thousands of tons, defeated Fire Lord Ozai, Azula, Zuko, Lien, and Yakun.
Aang led a new era of peace with the United Republic of Nations, a place where all people could prosper, and where a new generation and a new avatar would take the reins.
He even got hitched with Katara. Take that, Zutara shippers!
I will end you.
For all his doubts,
Good. That was funny.
Aang fulfilled the Avatar's destiny and then some, and he did it in a way that was true to who he was.
Because before being the Avatar, or even an airbender, the greatest thing he could ever be was himself. All in a day's work
A
for a
kid.
free, fun-loving
Yep.
kid.
Yep. That felt strangely short. I'm not gonna lie, that felt strangely short. Okay, so lightning timing, that's what the speed they're giving him. I was not expecting them to just not give him a number for power. Well, we know they're gonna calc the Kyoshi feat at the end, but I wasn't expecting them to just not give like a smaller feat, like what they did with Ruby and Maka. That's what I thought they were gonna do for this episode, but apparently not. All right then, let's see. They've been holding off on calcs. Actually, quite a bit. Like Guru versus Megamind, Denji versus Yuji versus Denji. It's not as many calcs of the analysis as I would think there'd be.
The battle is coming up thanks to this episode's sponsor,
Oh, okay.
DraftKings Casino.
Big
No,
news
thank you.
from the
Okay. So this is the part of the analysis that I can actually talk on. I was pretty quiet for the most part in Aang's analysis, but let's see. Or maybe I'll just be equally quiet here too. Who knows?
Add extra barbecue sauce.
Add extra barbecue sauce to you too, Boomstick.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to Tevat, a mysterious land governed by godly archons that drew the eye of someone beyond the stars. Aether.
AKA the Traveler, who escaped his dying world with his
Name, Aether, age, thousands. Constellation, Viator, member of the Adventures Guild. Affiliations, Knights of Favonius, Benny's Adventure Team, Motatsumi Army, Blazing Beasts, a Legion of Soul Blazers, Nightmare Orioles, and many, many more. That this is just like this doesn't even cover like even a third of the amount of affiliations the Traveler has.
sister Lumine in search of
They didn't even put his titles like Honorary Knight of Favonius, Savior of Leeway, Captain of Swordfish 2, First Sage of Buar, Executioner. What was his sacred name? Tumaimi. Yeah, Tumaimi. I don't know if he ever got a title of that or like that when he was in Nod Cry. I don't remember hearing something like that. Okay, whatever.
the flowers that bloomed on their lost home, only to crash land, awaken to an apocalypse, and get cubed by this jerk.
Separated from his sister, Aether awoke, again, in a new, less apocalyptic age, and fished up his own pathetic pet pixie, Paimon.
Yeah, she makes for good emergency food. With his new guide,
Nice.
Traveler to the windy country of Mondstadt to find his link to the past, but got a Breath of the Wild glider instead.
Oh, that was okay. That was clever. Clever. I'm liking the editing of this actually. It's very beautiful.
And his first element, Animo, letting him make air slashes, tornadoes, and of course,
Windblade! But guess what? Traveler wasn't the only one with a power like this.
By the way, as a little fun fact, I remember I heard from an interview, Zach Aguilar, the English voice actor for Aether, when he was doing the voice, I don't know if this is during auditions or not, or if he already got the part, when he was doing the voices for the Traveler, when he was doing the elemental skill for Animo, he said that his first take of saying Windblade, he shouted it into the mic like it was some sort of like anime, like it's like this like a big impact anime type move. But then the voice director told him, "Yeah, you don't need to make it sound that dramatic."
Tevat was full of blessed people wielding these relic things called visions.
vision bearers can imbue their weapons and bodies with elemental power, summon items, and use a special, well, vision to perceive the elements around them.
Not all vision users can do that, actually. It's considered, I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering correctly, Lisa considered it a rare ability, and it's something that only a few vision users can do, including Lisa herself. And I'm sure there's a list on the wiki somewhere of the people who can use elemental sight. I think, is Bennett one of the people who can use it? I don't know why. There's a nagging feeling at the back of my head that Bennett is also a user of it, but I'm gonna have to check later.
Normally, they're limited to a
Oh, goodness me. Okay. Elemental Resonation, Animogeo, Electrodendro, Hydropyro, Phlogiston, and Kuvaki. Abyssal Purification, Elemental Reactions, Elemental Sight, Item Summoning, Night Soul's Blessing, Teleportation, Saurian Indwelling, Spirit Breath Thorn, and Xenochromic abilities. Not even just indwelling. Apparently, in the cutscenes regarding the final boss at Natla, the Traveler can just turn into Saurians on will.
single element, but Traveler is just built different. Through Paimon's guidance, he began collecting elements from mysterious statues across Tevat. No vision relic needed for him.
Each nation had a new culture, a new element, a new crisis.
And new character banners. When asked to play a sleuth for a murder case in Leo.
Nice.
Crisis.
And new character banners. When asked to play a sleuth for a murder case in Leo, Traveler wasn't interested. A corpse couldn't tell him where his sis was, but he was roped in anyway and got the Geo ability to form rock constructs and eruptions of Earth.
When Aether ventured to Inazuma, he didn't care about its war with the Vision Bearers and their Archon either.
No, actually, this was something that surprised a lot of players. But honestly, at this point in the story, I completely understood where he was coming from, because between finishing the Liyue Archon quest and doing the Inazuma Archon quest, you have to do the Dainsleif Archon quest, where you actually get to reunite with your twin, and that just emotionally devastates the Traveler. They're just hyper focused on wanting to reunite with their twin now. It's just like, if this war isn't going to benefit that goal, I'm just not interested in the slightest. Like, I remember there were a lot of people that were surprised that this was the reaction he had, but for me at least, this was totally understandable given what just happened to him.
Either, until he saw the suffering caused by its tyrannical rule, and joined the resistance with electro abilities, fighting the powers that be using electric buzzsaws, thunder blades, and lightning.
He even learned to dodge lightning. Other electro users, like my wife Lisa, can conjure storms.
Excuse you?
No shock when
What?
my adopted daughter Klee made explosions that raised mountains.
Nice.
Traveler met all kinds of people like this. You know the type. Twinks.
Yeah.
Twinks. proceeds to
All kinds of people like this. You know the type. Twinks.
proceeds to put on screen the most twink out of all of them, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah. Tibet has its own laws, Boomstick.
Oh God. I should have. That's my bad. I should have seen that joke coming.
Many twinks being one of them. Maybe two or three of them, actually.
Actually, okay, no, I take it back. Linny is the. I take it back. Linny is the most twink out of all of them. And okay, look, the man. If you've ever played the game and recall back to any point you interacted with him, it's not hard to assume that he might be gay. I'm just saying.
Ringmaster.
Shut up, Wiz. This guy's been playing Genshin since launch.
I know.
Hey, so have I. Okay, I may have gone on and off for a couple of years, but I was literally playing non-stop until like the start of 2023. All right, I am not kidding when I say that. I was actually daily logging onto the game until Fontaine dropped.
Everything there is to know about the Genshin meta. Either can mix
McDonald's meme.
elements for different reactions. Basically, big elemental combinations. Geo crystallizes materials into special barriers. Electro mixed with water stuns foes. Animo spreads elements around in swirls of destruction. Boom!
Like how I combine beer and gunpowder.
Exactly.
What?
Boomstick. Using Dendro, Traveler can form plant life that, when mixed with water and lightning, makes homing beams. Yeah, run from that.
I'm more privy to the napalm nukes. That's the result of the Bergian reaction.
With enough clever thinking and artifact farming, you can combine anything in Genshin.
Okay, we get it. Go lose another 50-50, you whale.
Okay.
I'll show you a whale. Drop one on your lap next time you're not looking.
In Sumer,
I'll drop one on your lap next time you know. Okay, I like those jokes. I like those jokes. I mean, I figured they were gonna make gotcha jokes, but I like those. They were rather tasteful. At least I thought so.
Traveler later beat Scaramouche, an edgy catboy with multiple elements at his fingertips, all in a time loop that got repeated 168 times.
Hold on a sec. Backpedal. Did he just call him a catboy?
In Sumeru, Traveler later beat Scaramouche, an edgy catboy with multiple
He did. Okay, you know what? That's fair.
elements at his fingertips, all in a time loop that got repeated 168 times.
Speaking of time, Aether had control of more than just his own future. Tevet's fate fundamentally changed in ways small and grand, all through his unending willpower.
Because
The will to rival the world itself. I believe that's what it is. And the fact that he's not logged in to Irminsul, which is basically which basically dictates fate in Tevat. And because he's not logged into Irminsul, he's capable of manipulating fate.
the Traveler was a descender, someone unbound by the land's destiny. Even
Okay, I want to point something out regarding this feat. I recall, like back during the back when Sumeru was Sumeru was the newest thing on the block. When I learned that because of his nature as a descender, the Traveler was unaffected by the information being erased from Irminsul, I was thinking to myself, can you imagine if somebody in Tevat had the ability to stop time, but because the Traveler isn't from Tevat, the time stop just doesn't work on him. I swear I'm not making this up. I had this theory all the way back at like 2022. And when I saw this happen in Nodcry, I had the biggest feeling of vindication possible. It was glorious. Almost as glorious as the time that that I predicted. At some point, you're going to be able to give the Traveler moon scaling. I don't know how or when, but since there's the existence of the 3 moon goddesses, I'm feeling it'll happen inevitably. It happened like this early this year.
even this big tree that records all of the world's events had no idea he existed.
Like when he helped defy the judgment of a biblical flood in Fontaine, where he mastered Hydro for his best Cuphead impression with Water Bolt.
Man, Hydra was such a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie. I'll admit, I actually did try to make the element work, but it wasn't really that good anyways. Even the best I could craft it wasn't that good. I'm so happy that Pyro works way better, and from what I've heard, Cryo is even more DPS aligned, so I'm looking forward to that.
Heck, a dinosaur chose not to blow up the world just because Paimon and Traveler befriended it.
Hey, Bright Ball, a little baby boy.
If that wasn't cool enough, Traveler can, unrelated, turn into a dinosaur.
Oh, they even mentioned it. Okay.
Hell yeah! Yo, look at him.
Are they gonna imagine? Oh my gosh! Imagine he does that in the fight. That's actually gonna be so cool. It wouldn't. I don't know if that would actually work, considering we've never seen him do it outside of Nadlin. But it would be cool regardless.
Wonder if I could get a dinosaur on my Genshin team.
Through these legally distinct Pokemon, Aether can fly.
Legally distinct Pokemon. Yeah, here. While Aether typically requires a Saurian or a Spirit's going to indwell, he could become a Saurian without either in the Archon quest where all hope lies. Yep.
Dig through the earth or charge foes like a Jurassic bull. He traveled across the land, searching far and wide, and finally stopped swinging that 1-star dull blade.
Man.
Instead, picking up the prototype Rancor,
Yep.
which he wields like a beast thanks to the Swordmaster Skirk and several
Dull Blade, Amenoma, Kaguchi, Calamity of Eshu, Festering Desire, Harbinger at Dawn, Moonweaver's Dawn, Prototype Rankar, Sapwood Blade, Silver Sword, Skyward Blade, Sword of Ascension, which is PlayStation exclusive, and the Sword of Narcissan Kreutz. I had no idea how that was supposed to be pronounced until Sandrone pronounced it in the non-Cry Archon quest, and I was like, I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. I was calling it Narcissan Cruise. Artifacts sense. Oh no. Gladiator's Finale, Emblem of Severed Fate, Obsidian Codex, Scroll of Hero of Cinder City. Okay. Pretty. Not actually. These are definitely sets that you would find on a Traveler for the most part. Gladiator's Finale is just a generally good set to have on most DPS. Emblem of Severed Fate is great for like support Traveler. and Obsidian Codex and Scroll of Hero of Cinder City. It's depending on if you want to build Pyro Traveler as more DPS or support aligned. Wind Glider, Cool Your Jet's Ducky, various foods, potions, essential oils, and gadgets.
Great days of training. What a great
Alright,
a
wind
beast
a bit.
thanks to the Swordmaster Skirk, and several straight days of training. What a grind set. Still, Traveler Sist kept eluding him, choosing to hang in the shadows with these Gluminati folk.
A group from
Illuminati
Conrad, the
folk.
nation cursed by the gods for messing with the Abyss. Unbeknownst to Aether, his sister,
Whoa,
the nation cursed by the gods for
Hold on.
messing with the
Like, is that actually? It's okay. I haven't touched the game since like, since March. So I don't know if this is an actual cutscene or if this is edited. Huh. But why did I try to press enter to unpause the video?
Abyss. Unbeknownst to Aether, his sister had already traveled to Vat in a journey that mirrored his own.
And at the end, she found... Well, we don't really know. Not yet, at least. But whatever it is got her to side with the creepy villains. Lot twist!
Eventually, Aether reached the nation of Natlan to fight in its never-ending war with the Abyss. He gained the Pyro element, learning to launch fireballs and explosions combined of flame with lightning.
He didn't just dabble in fancy pyrotechnics. By connecting with the people there, Traveler achieved Night Soul's Blessing, a power-up state fueled by
Yep.
primordial element juice, strong enough to make a blade of fire hundreds of feet long. Hell yeah, that's strong enough to take down the heart of the Abyss, which is on the level of 5-star waifus like Malika and the Raiden Shogun.
Okay.
An Archon who,
There's the. I was going to say. I'm not. I'm wondering when they're gonna get to the Archon scaling. Here they are. It's his Archon's his scaling has been pretty contentious throughout the past years. I'll admit that. But by the time he gets to Natlan, he's pretty comfortably, firmly in the Archon levels of power, not requiring any external existence anymore. Unlike with Inazuma, Sumeru, and even Fontaine.
in ages past, sliced Yashiori Island in two.
That's cool,
Dramatization.
but how about when this Venti guy threw a whole-ass mountain? According to Paimon, Traveler can level a mountain himself.
This claim was directly compared to the strength of the Geo Dragon Sovereign Ajdaha, who Aether helped defeat. A bit of a caveat for that. I don't think the Ajdaha boss fight that you fight in Zhongli's story is at full power. I don't believe he is. He's weakened significantly by corrosion. So that doesn't mean he had Dragon Sovereign levels back in Leeway.
Additionally, Aether learned how to use light energy to form a Kuvaki shield, something he used to protect the people of Nodcry by blocking a cannon blast with enough energy to obliterate a town.
This was no ordinary cannon either.
Okay, here's the Kuvaki. Was it 10 or 11% the speed of light?
It also uses Kavaki energy, so that's a beam of light.
Through all his adventures, Aether had come to genuinely care for Tevat's people. Maybe one day he will reunite with his sister, but for now, he's fighting for a whole new world. His new home.
Ooh, you need a higher adventure rank for that.
Don't you worry.
Always does his dailies for the guild, save little one from the Flame Lord's blessing. Caught a giant mechanical hand trying to crush him, Shoki no Kami. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure like years ago, for fun, I did a calc on how much weight the Traveler is lifting up when Shoki no Kami tries to crush him. If I can find the calc, I'll flash it up on screen. But I do remember I once tried to calc it. Also, I'm very worried that throughout this entire analysis, I've been peeking the mic. Alright. Trained several days without rest, shielded a town from a Kuvaki beam, defeated Devalin, Tartaglia, Signora, Scaramouche, the all-devouring Narwhal, Gosoyos, and Dottore.
Gang, I dumped all my savings into Primo Gems for this. We can't miss when those ice guys trying to kill the Traveler inevitably warm up to him.
Oh, God.
Still got it.
Okay, the guy definitely I'm willing to bet Ringmaster's main is Sino.
Oh, so that's why you're broke as shit.
To Aether, the journey has meaning. The birds of Tevet, the songs of its people, they are all part of it. Even if he's against the abyss itself, a new dawn is somewhere just beyond the stars, and a field of flowers Lumine too loved.
Oh wow, that was sweet.
The battle's about to start, and if you like death battle music, some of your favorite
I like. What was it? That's the beginning. Was that the beginning beat of? Was it Hell's Angel?
battle tracks are coming to a collective.
Yep, it is. I don't know why, man.
The
Every time. I mean, I get it. It matches their personalities. Between the two, Aether is obviously the more aggressive fighter. But I genuinely wonder what the reason is for them to fight, for Aether to have, like, such intensity in his eyes. Like, just look at that. The man is out here for blood. It's like, what did Aang do to you, mate? I mean, we're gonna find out soon enough, but, like, what did he do to you?
And if you like death battle music, some of your favorite battle tracks are coming to a collectible vinyl album.
This album features 10 tracks from our independent era, created by our awesome composers Brandon Yates and Darewolf Media.
Okay.
Like
Physical. Okay, nice.
From Ruby vs. Maka.
Wish that you could see me now.
Or
that sounded like shit coming from me.
And for a thief from Joker vs. Jorno.
And then of gold. Lost in your heart of gold.
Can't forget Game Over from Bowser vs. Eggman.
Of course.
And more. Plus, it makes a great piece of art to display on your place.
Slash
Drawn up by our own animation director,
to where the Titans clash.
Luis Cruz.
This album is only available for pre-order. So head to deathbattle.gg or click the link in the description before August 10th and pre-order a copy so you don't miss out.
And remember, Archivist
Two
and Chronicler
kings
members get a
killing
discount.
for
That's
the
deathbattle.gg, the home of death battle.
Okay.
All right, the
let's do
combatants
this.
are set, and we've run the day.
Yeah, boy. I remember those dancing mini games. They actually did require those that dancing segment at the end of the Nathan Archon quest. They did require player input. I was able to get it down easily, but I wonder what would happen if you failed it.
Data through all possibilities.
It's time
for
Death
Death Battle! Okay, so right off the bat, they clearly explicitly said the Traveler's faster. They put Aang at lightning, and they gave the Traveler. They're going to give the Traveler light speed scaling with the Kuvaki cannon. Now it's going to be whether or not the Kyoshi Island split or the Yashiori Island split is the stronger one. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Oh, we're already in the middle of the fight? What? Wait, we're just jumping into it. Huh? Okay.
Oh.
I guess we're gonna get a bit of backstory of what happened during here. Windblade! Also, I want to say, though, another reason why I think Aang is taking skill is because of that sword stab right there. I remember seeing that in the preview and thinking to myself, okay, yep, with that alone, they're giving Aang skill. I don't know why I thought about that just by looking at it. I just had that inkling. Go with the wind!
Elements?
Oh, okay. Oh, he indwelled as a teleposaur to avoid getting launched up. Oh wait, that was sick. And get out of the way. Oh. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, there's even lyrics. I could hear some lyrics. Oh. Oh. Sensory battle there. Boom. And
What's going on?
Paimon! Your question's as good as mine. What did he get himself into this time?
Paimon goes treasure hunting for 2 minutes. Now everything is going kaboom.
Oh! Oh, he's running from them. Oh my god, there's so much movement here. This is awesome.
Cool glider. Can it do this?
Oh, he's getting mixed. Oh, right in the noggin. And that right back. Oh. Oh, he froze it. Damn, okay.
Come on, traveler, get up! Never, ever, ever stop moving forward.
Are we already hitting the climax?
No one but
Oh, wait a minute. Did he change swords? Words? Wait. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna have to go back. That's just because he changed the swords, didn't he? Okay, wait. Where are we? We're at 18 minutes and 2 seconds. That's the Sword of Dissension. Yeah, he changed the swords during this. Okay. Right here. So that's where the "no one fights alone" voice line comes from. I completely forgot about that. I remember being so confused when I heard that in the preview. I was like, what could he possibly mean by that? Alright,
no one
Pyro.
fights alone.
Okay, just throw all of it out. Well, a flaming drop kick? Okay, alright, Avatar state.
For those who came before,
He'll bet that.
and those who will follow. I am Avatar Aang, the last airbender.
Oh. 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 The shield.
Take this!
Oh, he channeled Electro through the water.
Through the heights and shallows. Through infinite dusks and dawns!
Oh. Only got the Gojo treatment there.
Traveler, but does this mean no treasure?
Come on, Paimon. Our energy levels have been depleted. Okay, Paimon, just calm down. All right. Well, if you're hungry, we'll go back to the teapot. We'll have Xiangling's in the kitchen. We'll get her to cook something up. Wow, that was far more fast paced than I thought it was going to be.
And my dailies are done.
And also far more. They showcase a lot more moves than I thought. That was this morning the traveler went to the Adventurous Guild. Catherine gave him his dailies, and then one of them included, all right, go to this mountain and then slay this air nomad. Don't ask why, just slay it and you'll get the 10 Primo Gems. All right, bet.
What a miss.
This was an interesting pairing, so let's break this down by power, experience, speed, and elements.
Okay, 100% Aang is taking this. The Traveler's taking these two, power and speed. And they're probably splitting elements. That's my prediction.
First up, power. Aang and Traveler could both change the terrain of entire cities, and we're way stronger than characters that can break mountains.
Hold on a sec. What if they tie power? That would be ridiculous.
But at their peak, they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's avatar state made him on par with Kyoshi, who created and moved the island of Kyoshi. Similarly, Night Soul's blessing let Aether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shogun, who split Yashiori Island in two.
Kazuha blocked the Musa no Hidetachi with 2 elements. Aether has more elements, Night Soul Blessing, and has some restrictions lifted by Columbina. Aether also survived the replication of the Musa no Hidetachi used by the Torre, whose power has been compared to an Archon. I'm pretty sure his power was even greater than the Archon, considering he was pretty much wielding the Trilune Authority.
With an attack that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds. So we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy.
Generously scaling Aang to the Moon Spirit, even generously scaling Aang to the Moon Spirit, Aether scales to Varka, who aided pulling down the Frost Moon. Both Varka and Arlecchino. It was actually a 3-man job. Varka, Arlecchino, and then the main one, Nicole.
This would require.
I'm actually a little hesitant in saying that's valid scaling for the most part. You could absolutely say that it works for Nicole, but I'm not exactly sure how much that would work, how much of that scaling would apply to the likes of Arlecchino and Varka on a normal basis, because during that time, Arlecchina had the iridescent... Oh no, she didn't have the iridescent moon with her, but what was happening was that both of them were channeling Kuvaki energy. Both of them were channeling Kuvaki energy to try to pull it down. And the reason they're able to do this is because earlier on in the story, they make a point on who has a good affinity to Kuvaki energy, who can resist large amounts of it. And Arlecchino, because of her ancestry, is completely fine with handling large amounts of Kuvaki energy. Varka, despite not coming from not having any not coming from Notcry, but despite not having any special ancestry to resist the side effects of Kuvaki, his own constitution is still strong enough to handle large amounts and contribute to that. But because this feat involved the manipulation of Kuvaki energies, not something that both of them normally do, and Kuvaki energy is very much tied to one's ability to sort of their constitution to be able to handle it. I'm not sure how much that directly translates into scaling for power. So I was surprised when I saw the G1 blog talk about that.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori
Oh
Island.
my god, oh my god. I said it earlier, I cannot believe they tied with power. Wait, what?
About 3,000 gigatons of TNT.
No shot.
So their power is tied up.
Which means comparing their experience is crucial.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, no. If that's the case, okay, so experience still goes to Aang. Speed is going to the Traveler still. That means Traveler's actually going to take the elemental mastery category. I was thinking Death Battle would tie them. I know the G1 blog gave it to the Traveler, but I wasn't going to be surprised if Death Battle tied it, but it doesn't look like that's what they're going to do. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Tied in power. I guess using the low ends of the Traveler and the high ends of Aang, it can work.
Aether's mastered more elements than Aang, but the Avatar state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the memories and abilities of past avatars, Aang's kit was so extensive in a way Aether had no real answer for.
Not to mention, Aang's...
Most of Aether's thousands of years were spent in stasis, while the Avatar state grants Aang potentially 10,000 years of relevant combat knowledge.
training was more focused. Traveler is skilled, sure, but his training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience narrowly goes to Aang. However, another important factor to consider is speed.
In terms of mobility, both could roughly match the other. If Traveler was immobilized with earthbending, he could just dig his way out as a dinosaur.
And Aang's airbending and glider meant he could easily counter Aether if he took flight.
But in
I still can't believe they added ink-dwelling into the fight. That is awesome.
terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag.
Oh my god, that scene where he rushes the turret after he stops time is badass, honestly. He goes ham. He is like laser focused.
Counter Aether if he took flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag. Aang bending away lightning is crazy fast, but Traveler could dodge lightning much earlier in his journey, and now he can block that light speed Kuvaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour, a beam of light can move 186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times faster than Aang.
I'm blocking Ozai's lightning, Aether blocking Nashatan's cannon beam.
Traveler takes speed by a landslide.
So this all came down to the elements. Who could turn the forces of nature against the other?
At first, I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Aether's elemental control is remarkable, but most of his attacks are projectiles, spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Aether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
But throw in the combos of elemental reactions and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Aether an easy access point through these combinations.
That I was not expecting. That was awesome. Also, this beam of earth, it looks weird, but I was not expecting Aether to channel Electro through Aang's water here. That is awesome.
When Aang used fire, Aether could use lightning to catch him in an overload. If Aang used water, Traveler's electrocharge could paralyze him, and so on.
This isn't just a gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the love.
Elemental reactions are also mentioned by Prune, the Phantasmal Pal's event quests, and her feelings about Ascension intro voiceover, so they are still canon in modern content.
Lisa canonically say this is how the elements work.
And unlike Aang, Aether has fought multiple people who can use multiple elements.
Yep, he has. It's practically tradition that for most, and it's for each nation. I'm pretty sure you're. Is it? Hold on a sec. I'm pretty sure. Okay, never mind. I'm talking out of my ass for a moment. Hold on.
The longer the fight. And unlike Aang, Aether has fought multiple people who can use multiple elements. The longer the fight went on, the more Aether would trip Aang up with these combinations, some of which Aang could not bend.
Aang could redirect lightning, sure, but what about electro buzzsaws, or an electrified tornado, or dendroblasts of pure plant energy?
The Kavaki shield especially gave Aether.
It should be noted that because elemental energy in Genshin is not the same as elements in Avatar. Elemental energy is actually elemental magic, and this magic takes the form of the various elements in Tevat. I hope I'm getting that right. So, in essence, in order to control these elements, you don't just have to be able to bend natural elements. You need to be able to also bend elemental energy. And the problem with that lies is that if when the Traveler does eventually get cryo, just because it has the similar properties to ice, that doesn't mean Aang will be able to bend it because of his water bending. It's just pure cryo energy, no water inside. I guess, for another example of energies in Tevat taking the form of elements, is actually Skirk, because Skirk doesn't have a vision, but she manipulates cryo. In actuality, if I'm remembering correctly, she manipulates abyssal energy and has it take the form of cryo. So it looks like she's fighting with cryo. It feels like she's fighting with cryo, but fundamentally she's actually fighting with abyss energy.
A strong defense to fall back.
As blasts of pure plant energy.
The Kavaki shield especially gave Aether a strong defense to fall back on. Since it was made of pure light, Aang had no way to remove it outside of brute force.
By comparison, Aang's wind barrier wouldn't block Traveler's elements.
Nope. That's just prime swirl. That's just a prime swirl target.
It would actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself.
It just a world of pain.
Not a great situation to be.
Various animal characters in Genshin Impact infuse elements into their wind creations, such as Lanyan combining elements with her wind shield.
And since Aether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy bending, even if he theoretically overcame Aether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong enough to alter the fate of the entire world. Sorry,
Yeah.
Aang, but elements goes to the Traveler, cinching his victory. Either way you cut it, he was in his element.
The winner is the Traveler, Aether.
Let's go, my boy. What is happening right now?
Okay,
Oh,
I'm ready
hi,
for
dummy.
my cameo. Oh.
Sorry, dummy.
Next time on Death Battle.
Okay, what is... Oh! Oh!
Subscribe.
Oh, shit! Oh, crap! Oh, wait a minute! Hold the fuck... Oh, wait a minute! Okay, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're finally getting a Lego character in Death Battle? Oh no, this is amazing. This is amazing. Oh shit. Okay. I am instantly excited. I am instantly excited.
And join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.